Hey everybody, Evan Jackson here, Young Bold and Regal CEO. We're with the amazing actress Toiya Leatherwood, and we had the pleasure of interviewing her years back, and now we're back again, talking about an incredible short film called En Avant, and she is really incredible in it. But I don't want to introduce it or speak about it or spoil it too much. I want her to speak a little bit about the synopsis of the film, if you could.
Yeah, so the film is about a young Black ballerina who gets who auditions for a role at this new school, and she ends up getting it, and she ends up getting the lead role, which is something that's really, a huge discrepancy and issue in the Black and ballet community, because we are just now making waves in this area. And so, yeah, she gets the role. She goes through some internal turmoil in regards to Leon giving Reagan different foundation to wear. A lot of Black ballerinas are asked to wear foundation that makes them look lighter on stage. I myself have even been blown out on stage where I've had people ask me, "Oh, that's a white girl." I'm like, "No, it was me." So, yeah, Reagan goes through that, and at the end, she realizes that she doesn't need to do that anymore, that she can stand on stage in her beautiful Black skin and be authentically her and bring magic to that. So
we know that you're the lead in this film, but walk us through the moment where you found out you were the lead, and a little bit about the creation before of the film and how all the pieces fit together.
yeah, so the role came to me. I knew that they were looking for an actress that can embody a ballerina, and because I have a ballet background, I was very eager to take on this role. Also, because the subject matter is very dear to my heart. So when the role came to me, I read the script. It was a beautifully written script by the director herself. Sarah Jean Williams wrote and directed the film. I immediately fell in love with the material, and Reagan just felt like she was mine. And I did audition for the part, and then I got it. So yeah, I was very excited to take on the role.
And then two of the producing partners on this film is Neutrogena, the incredible skincare company, and then also Chloe and Haley, who are artists as well as actors. How awesome was that to be a part of a project that not only had a purpose behind it, but also people in an organization like Neutrogena that were serious about empowering women and empowering Black women?
Yeah, so I mean, this is the day and age where we're all trying to bring more awareness to other ethnicities, other shapes and sizes, other skin tones. And I was really excited about the fact that Neutrogena had created First Frame, which is a part of their new film studio, and that they were passionate or are passionate about creating and telling stories for Black, Indigenous people of color. And at the moment, they're telling a lot of stories about women. So in working with Chloe and Haley and Neutrogena was such a beautiful experience, because I really got to embody Reagan to the fullest. I got to give her all the emotions that I saw in the colorings of the script, and I was very excited to bring her to life. And I'm very happy that Neutrogena and also Ghetto Film School and also, Chloe and Haley and all of them came together to create such a ethereal and provoking project. It was an amazing experience.
What we noticed about the film is it's very deep. It's very rotten drama. And as I've interviewed actresses and actors before, that takes a lot out of you. So how do you decompress from the role? Maybe every day, maybe when the film was over, we're like, woo, I need to get back into me a little bit because I was such in character.
You know what? I have always been an emotional child. So I'm used to my emotions. I've always been a storyteller. And so doing roles like this that take a lot out of you, so to speak, are dreams of mine. It's what I look for. I love something that takes all of me. So the decompressing from that actually wasn't that quite hard. I practice self-care, you know? So after, during the film, I don't really do any decompressing, so to speak, because I like to keep myself in the mindset of the character. One little thing can kind of take your mind a different direction. I like to protect my mind space when I'm with the character, because it's like falling in love. Every day you're with them and every day you're learning about them. So I like to stay in that headspace. But as far as when the film is done, I do self-care. I went and got I think I like slept for the next day. I went and got a massage. I think I watched TV. Yeah, so.
And self-care is, I feel like the message behind that has become increasingly more important. People protect wellness, and you kind of answered it for us. But what is your I guess normal routine when you go into an acting project? Do you mentally prepare yourself in the character, or do you take steps of self-care to protect that boundary between the character and your mental well-being?
Yeah, so when I first get a role, I mean, I read the script like 1,000 times just to make sure I don't miss anything. And yeah, like I said, it's like falling in love. I just listen to I'm an intuitive actress, so I try my hardest not to overthink anything. I just let things happen. And so during that kind of explorative process, that's kind of where I am, just in the waters with my character, feeling out the heartbeat of that character. And the self-care just comes from after the film, you know. You hear everyday artists, you know, not taking care of their mental and just being depressed and putting all their depression into their work, and then they're still depressed after. I learned very early on that the best way to handle these characters is to first handle my mental health first. So after every project that I ever do, I always take my mom out to eat because I love her, and it reminds me I'm a human being that like loves to do art. And then, yeah, like I said, I get a massage, I relax my body, because, you know, a lot of any experience, especially I think with the acting, because although we know it's not real, the emotions in the body for the actor 120,000% real. So those experiences also get trapped in your body. So I take a lot of time to also give my body the break as well as my mental.
And then earlier when you're talking about the synopsis of the film, what do you want young Black girls in the ballerina world, or in any type of world they want to enter? What is your message to them?
Yeah, my message to them would be just be 100% yourself. I mean, I wish I've basically always been 100% myself, but when you're young and you have mentors telling you things, and you know you don't have the brain capacity to understand why you're being told those things, it's not until years later, like myself, where I'm like, oh, that wasn't right. So my advice would be that if anyone ever tells you, hey, don't do this, you're too much of this, or you're too dark, or you're too flexible, which got told to me a lot, or you're too emotional, forget all of that, because all the things that you are, the molecular structure of your being is divinely given to you, and God wants you to use it, so you might as well use it.
Yes. And when you started hearing feedback from the film, either in social media or these Q&A panels or these in-person interactions, what was one of the most profound moments of feedback you've gotten from maybe a fellow actor or somebody who was a fan and just came across this? What was the best moment of that feedback?
Oh gosh, there were so many. One of the I'll answer in two sides. So one of the coolest ones I saw from a fan was actually a bunch of two people on YouTube actually asked for a feature, which was pretty cool to me, because that means that they really love the character and they wanted more, and it was just the right amount, but they were craving more. I really liked that. I like the fact that people are seeing themselves in Reagan, whether they're dancers or not. because, you know, for me, of course, I'm an actress, so I'm going to embody the ballet part, but I'm also very human, like the rest of us. So the human part of her, I really connected with, and I'm happy that others were able to connect with that as well. And then I got a bunch of messages, like DMs. One of my friends said that I was transcendent, which was pretty cool. A Dear Actress fan.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I was like transcendent. And one thing that really made me feel good was that people were seeing things in me that I didn't see, which was really cool. I heard a lot of people that were giving me feedback saying that I gave off this generosity that of my work that they've seen for years, which I was like, I don't know what that means. But now coming to think of it, I just think it means the generosity of emotion. But again, this is how we communicate, is through these emotional channels. So I'm just happy that people were able to witness that, and a lot of people cried, which is also really cool. Not that they're in pain, but that they were affected.
It's always sometimes good as an artist to make somebody do that ugly cry, because it's a range of emotion that they feel of something you created, you know. And one of our insights about the film kind of takes us back into where we first met you. And you know, when I saw that piece that you were in, I felt, you know, this is an actor who cares deeply about their craft.
Yeah.
And then with this, that brought me back again. And I feel that everything that you've excelled in has led up to that role. As far as being a ballerina, that is an art, right? Being acting, that is an art. Being a Black person, being a Black woman in this world, that's an art form, because you have to dance around so many of these different topics and labels while simultaneously being yourself. So that's the insight that we got from the film, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
We wanted to know, what do you have coming up next that we can tune into?
So the few of the things that I have coming up, I actually can't speak about, which is unfortunate and really annoying when Hollywood does that. But
it's always the case. But we're gonna support it anyway.
One of the things that I can speak about is a little passion project of mine that I've been doing. I created this little series on Instagram called Therapy with Winter Rose. It's basically just as if In Treatment on HBO kind of like had a baby with Instagram, and now it's this little short form drama series.
Yes.
I created a series based off a lot of the issues that I've had in my own therapy sessions. And at the time when I made the series, I was in a really dark place, and the series basically saved me. And when I posted it, I wasn't expecting even like one view, but like having like a couple thousand views was really nice, and having people come to me saying, hey, I see myself in this character is really cool. So my advice would be, until you see me in the stuff that I can't talk about, check out Therapy with Winter Rose on Instagram, because the season 2 will be coming out in April, so you can check that out.
So the project we can see, where we can find it right now. So when I put the link, people can go to it automatically. Yeah,
it's Instagram at Therapy with Winter Rose.
Okay. And then you probably answered this earlier, but looking at it not as an actress within the role, but more of a fan and audience member, what was the message you got from the film that you did?
I think the message that I got was just don't give up. I mean, so many of us like my mom has always taught me that right before your breakthrough, people give up because it's so hard. You know, you have the whole world beating you down. Everyone's telling you X, Y, and Z. Social media in and of itself can breed a lot of false images where you're watching people live their lives and they're not really living their lives. And so all that stuff can get in your head. But when I saw Reagan really get affected by the little girl that came into the room to speak to her, and she realized that the perception she was giving off wasn't helping the next generation, it just reminded me that the best thing I can do for this planet is be 100% me. And 100% me is emotional storyteller and full of all these artistic things. And if that's the way God made me, that's the way God made me. And I'll have to trust that will empower me and others as well, just like Reagan did.
And speaking about storytelling, we know that the Oscars are coming up, and that
Yeah.
each year there is incredible projects, incredible new stars, incredible stars that we love. Who is an artist, an actor, or maybe even a director, a producer, a combination of all three that you will see yourself working with someday and would absolutely love that?
Oh gosh. I would love to see myself work with A24. I really love their humanity and their characters. I love that they don't shy away from eccentric things. They don't shy away from the darkness of things. They really allow humanity to cover the 360 degrees that it is. I really, really loved Power of the Dog. I know everyone loved it, and so I'm not trying to follow the mask, but it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I saw it myself, and once again, it is as great as.
Yeah.
Guys.
I really liked Cody Turner Smith.
Yeah. I think it's.
Oh wait, Cody Smith McPhee.
Yeah.
Cody. I really very much like Cody Smith McPhee, and I thought Tragedy of Macbeth was beautiful. I loved Denzel, and I loved the other actresses as well, actors and actresses. I thought the whole cast was beautiful, and so yeah, A24 and Power of the Dog people somewhere would be really. I just think they're all so great, and then you can't go wrong with Benedict Cumberbatch and Kirsten.
Most definitely. And you heard it here first, young, bold, and regal. When this does happen and she reaches her dreams of working with these incredible artists, which she is as well, we want to be the first one to say we claimed it. We put it in the universe.
Yeah, I'm like A24, give me a call. I'm right here for it.
Yes, because similar to the aesthetic of all the A24 projects and the film you did, there's a deep sense of purpose in films.
Yeah.
And it seems like if we were listening to those films, the themes are overwhelmingly loud and alarming, but in such a incredible way where you feel touched by those themes based off of those performances.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we always like to ask our guests, the reason why we call it Young, Bold, and Regal is because we come from kings and queens, and it's a reflection of who we want to speak with. So we're going to ask you, what makes you regal? Like, how would you define that? What makes your crown on your head in place?
Not so much a what, but a who, which would definitely be my mom. Awesome. There are times that I can't even get out of bed, and she's the one that helps me get out of bed. And she's the one who's been like, you know what? You are this person, go out there and be that person. She doesn't let me compromise myself. And I've learned that from her. So now I don't let me compromise myself. And if my crown ever tips to the left or to the right, she's always there to put it right back.
I love
it. Very blessed.
and having personal interactions with your mom, that's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And once again, regal means coming from kings and queens, so it's definitely passed on to you. And
yeah.
And finally, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so my social media is just at Toiya Lea, so at TOIYA LEA. Just my name, and I'm there.
So here at Evan Jackson, once again, young, bold, and regal. Toiya is an incredible artist. I like to say artist because she not only can act, she can classically dance, she can do ballet, she can make you feel things with her performances, and that's what a true artist is. That's what we always love to hear. So thank you once again, and then any lasting message, tell our audience, and then we'll catch up with you next time for your next project. Yeah, so my last message is go watch the film. If you haven't on Avant already, please do. You can find it on Neutrogena's YouTube.
You can find the link to the film in my Instagram bio, and we are also making our festival tours. Those will be announced shortly. So I'm excited for y'all to watch it, fall in love with Reagan just as much as I have, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the next one.
You see you guys on YouTube, where you follow Young, Bold, and Regal. And once we put up the interview, the link to the short film will be in our description and in our article. And we hope to do this again, and then a lot sooner, because, you know, Toiya is a superstar, and we always highlight and shine people who are doing what they love and deeply caring about their craft. So thank you again.
Thank you.